Is your desk causing you chronic low back pain? Do you find yourself at work dreading sitting throughout a full day of work because your back is always barking at you, it's always in chronic pain? Well, today I'm gonna give you two very specific strategies that you can implement right now that are gonna change your life. So when it comes to sitting at work all day, it's not something that you can necessarily get away from. Most people who work at a desk job have to work at a desk. And maybe you can do a sitting desk or a standing desk, but that's not enough. It's just kind of, all that really is just behavior change, right? We're changing a little bit of what we do or what might be causing us pain, such as sitting, but there's more to it than that. And what I have found now working with hundreds of people going through my hybrid relief method, which is the method I use inside of my Strength and Pain Relief Accelerator program, it comes down to two things that I see very often. The first thing I see is what I have now come to call my 90-20 rule. When we're in an environment like work, we have projects, we have stress, we have things we have to accomplish, we have personalities that come into play. We find ourselves sitting way too long through our current pain threshold. And when you're dealing with chronic pain, you have to respect this threshold if you want to actually get out of pain. Pushing through this pain threshold is not going to build tolerance. It's not no pain, no gain. That's not how this works. And in fact, this 90-20 rule is what I like to implement with students that I'm working with. And how they do this is every 90 minutes, they have a timer that goes off that says, okay, for the next 20 minutes, you've got to change your environment. You've got to interrupt the pattern that you're in right now. Do what I would call a desensitizing activity, which is something that I share with my one-on-one students, but they're gonna be implementing something in that period of time to break the pattern of just sitting stagnant in one specific area. Now, this 90-20 rule is more of just a principle. You can change this to be a 60-10, it could be a 90-10, a 95, whatever you might have time for. Not everyone has 20 minutes at work they can just kill and do nothing. But what you can do is modify that 90-20 to fit your specific day. Now, the goal here with this 90-20 rule is to work for 60 minutes, 90 minutes, or below that pain threshold. If your threshold is only at 45 minutes, well, guess what? You have got to implement a 45-10 rule, where every 45 minutes, you're going to change something about the environment that you're in. What this is doing is creating a pattern interrupt in your pain profile. Now, your pain profile is unique to you, which is why if you have a herniation, a bulge, if you have sciatica, sure, the principles that you might be applying to your body to get out of relief is very common that other people might be doing, but the uniqueness comes down to you and your 45-minute block of time that your pain system is allowing you to sit before it gets really irritated. You've got to learn to respect that. And once you find what that threshold is, you have to marry that threshold for a short period of time, be consistent, creating pattern interrupts to break the cycle at that 45-minute mark of continuous pain throughout your day, and give it something that stops that pain pattern and acts as a distractor while you continue to heal. Before I break down the second one, which is probably one of the most important ones you're gonna hear today, if you're in the gym and you're trying to utilize exercise, building strength, resistance training in hopes of strengthening weak muscles or in hopes of building a strength program that allows you to continue to work out and build strength without causing more pain, there's a lot of factors that go into how you build and the exercise choice and the routine that you build for yourself when it comes to using exercise to get out of pain. I made a free guide for you. You can go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. Super easy guide. It's free. You can download it right to your computer. Look at it before you go to workout, and it's going to make sense on how you should be structuring your workout, the exercise choice from what you put first to what you put last when it comes to core training, when it comes to your big lifts. All of these things matter. And this free guide literally gives you everything I know when it comes to building the perfect workout for chronic back pain. Just go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. Now let's jump to this last point. This second tip is what I call relax the back. Now, if you see me sitting here and I'm nice and upright, my chin is pulled back, my shoulder blades are pulled back, I got my feet flat on the ground, most internet gurus would say, oh, he has great sitting ergonomic posture. But the problem is when you are in chronic pain, we think, oh, we have to have good, perfect posture. So we hold this rigid, good posture, and naturally, no one has this type of posture. I don't care who you are. Even if you've been working on your posture for long periods of time, we have to work to create this chest out, nicely stacked, neutral everything posture, right? We have to be engaging with our body to create this type of change. So what happens is you go throughout your day, you have a 5, 6, 8 hour day sitting at your desk, and you're trying your best to work ergonomically, you're standing, everything's super posture-like, you get up out of your chair, nice and neutral, and your spine's tight, your core's braced, and you go to walk and you go in your car and you go to lunch and you come back and you sit back and you're back to this stiff. The problem is you're creating so much tension in your body. You don't have a herniated disc problem. You don't have a degenerative disc problem. You have a habit tension problem. And this hits home for me because I actually created another issue after beating my chronic back pain, my lower back pain that I was dealing with for so long. I had created another issue upstream from my low back. And what it was from was thinking that this neutral, tight posture and being held in this posture all day, and every time I got up out of a chair or moved or squatted or lunged or whatever it was, I had to keep this neutral posture. It created an overuse problem in my erectors and my thoracic spine. So I had a highly sensitive, highly tight and over-engaged back muscles because I was always contracting them. It became such a big habit that I was subconsciously doing it. Even when I was standing, I'd be waiting in line and you think to bring your shoulder blades back, you wanna stand nice and tall, you wanna engage your glutes, like you wanna feel and look like you have yourself together, right? But what happens is you create another problem. You create an overuse and overtension problem. So this concept of relax the low back comes from this problem that I started seeing in a pattern with all of my students who were being told that their posture was their problem, or that an ergonomic workstation was gonna be the cure for their back pain. And it's just not the case. What I have found is that when I teach people it's okay to have an upright posture, but I also want you to be able to relax. Allow yourself to slouch. Allow your shoulders to round forward. Allow your lower back to soften, right? Our discs are stronger than this model, right? They're way stronger than that. That's not how your spine operates. Just because you round your back does not mean, bam, you got this huge herniation because you're rounding, and as long as you're neutral, the herniation goes away. That's not how this necessarily works. Your body is so much stronger than that. So when it comes to sitting and standing and any posture that you find yourself holding, I want you to think in the back of your mind, I need to relax my body. Perfect posture is not the solution for chronic pain. Despite what you might have been told or read or saw on the internet, it's not it. And what I'm finding is more people are creating tension problems in their body, which is causing more pain. Muscles under tension for long periods of time that are unnatural create chronic pain. You create problems up and down from your low back. And this is actually something that I just got off a call with one of my students. She was really having a hard time understanding where her sticking points were. She had a lot of pain or tension with transitions, right? Going from sitting to standing, or rolling over in bed, or getting up out of bed. There's a lot of tension. She felt very tight, and her pain was almost like a catching sensation in her back. Like her muscles would just kind of spasm or contract really quick. And this comes from an underlying issue of being over braced, over contracted. And what we use in the hybrid relief method is learning how to combine this idea of relax the low back or melt before you move with introducing more exercise, introducing more golf, introducing more kayaking or gardening or lawn mowing, whatever it is that you like to do. All of these things, it's not enough to just sit in your desk and change your posture. You've got to look outside of your desk and the environment and the habits that you have. Now, if you feel stuck, if you feel like, hey, you know what? I've been trying this back pain relief thing. I've gone to chiros, I've gone to PTs, I've tried doing injections, I'm doing acupuncture and massage therapy. I have this sweet chair behind me and I'm sitting in and my back still hurts. You might just need a different approach. And if you feel stuck, if you feel like you need help, reach out. You can go to fitnessforbackpain.com/apply to see if you would be a good candidate for my hybrid relief method. It is a method that I've been using for years on hundreds and hundreds of students who have chronic low back pain, where the medical model has not served them. The surgery they had or the constant PT visits, injections have not gotten them out of pain, and they feel hopeless and stuck. All you need is a better path with better information position that's going to get you out of pain, and the hybrid relief method may be it for you. Again, just go to fitnessforbackpain.com/apply, grab a time for you and I to have a live conversation to see if what I do can actually help. If one-on-one coaching is not where you're ready for right now, just go grab that free guide. It's a great start for building strength in the gym without hurting your back. Go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. Thanks for watching. God bless, and then I'll see you on the next episode.